All right, a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com, and welcome to Night Moves for Wednesday, October 22nd with DeAndre Stevenson. I'm Ramon Scott. We're having a late night out here as usual, but we had a late night in the NBA as well. We had some great games from a triple overtime to a late West Coast game that was a pretty good game, and we saw it pretty good there yesterday. DeAndre, on the opening night of the NBA season. Hey, we got a job there a little bit. All the underbetters did in that first game, but you couldn't argue with a great game between Houston and OKC. There, DeAndre, 125 to 124, multiple overtimes. How about SGA? He had 5 points at halftime, and everybody was wondering if his ring was too heavy. Couldn't get up those shots, but he basically set a overtime record nearly with his performance there late. And Houston just had, I think in the end, they, lost the game. They had 21 turnovers. The Thunder just 11. But man, we talked about the game. I said Sengun was going to be the man to go off in that game. I know OKC got the win, DeAndre, but we smashed it pretty good there, I thought, with the opener. I took the Rockets. You said under, but come on, it was 105, 105 into regulation. Pretty good game there.
Yeah, if y'all got hooked on that under, man, my bad. Sorry about that.
Oh, please.
This was a good game, you know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Ramon said, 21 turnovers from the Rockets. That comes without having a point guard, someone who's gonna get you into your set and get you in your offense. So we've seen a lot of sloppy turnovers, and that could cost you the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to 21 turnovers. You got to be able to take care of that ball. You know what I'm saying? But it was some good hoops, man. I'm happy. Hoops back. We kind of to the end of the baseball season. We got college football kicking off, but I'm just happy that the hoops back. I see Mr. Whiskers on our trail. He talking about he want us on time, and so we just trying to get everything together for y'all before we just come on here. Turn that notification button on so y'all know when we the exact time when we go on air. And shout out to everybody in the chat: Timmy Two Shoe, Ryan Jeff, Mr. Whiskers. Y'all know everybody in the chat.
Andre's here on time. I just like to know what's going on in his life, and I have to talk to him behind the scenes, behind the stage, and say, "Hey."
Yeah, Rocket. A lot of my bad, Mr. Ramon. A lot of free throws was being missed also in that game too. Free throws, man. Y'all got to make free throws.
Maybe that's first game thing, right? And a lot of the great veterans aren't playing, but. Man, Sengun was hot. What Sengun? Let's get this guy a different number, man. 28 doesn't feel like a superstar number, but he is. We already knew he was already emerging as one of the top players in the league. But man, tonight he really showed it again there. And yeah, maybe OKC. It's almost apparent, right? The way OKC got up to a slow start. You raise your banner.
Have to fade them. We might have to make that a night move. Fade OKC in the first half.
Yeah, maybe that was
a night move trend.
Yep. We saw showing those big old fat rings, man. That was pretty nice. And then the late game, DeAndre, a pretty good one with the Lakers and Golden State. Warriors led 55-54 at halftime. Jimmy Buckets, Luka, Lakers without LeBron, of course, and Golden State kind of pulled away there with more. Steph, man. I mean, Steph was when he nailed one of his patented 38-footers there. That was it. I almost credit the Lakers. I mean, I know they didn't even, they really didn't come close to covering this spread. They kept coming back though and finding a way back into the game, but every time
it's like every time the Lakers went on a run, the Warriors had an answer for their run. This Lakers team haven't improved. This Lakers team rely on Luka a lot.
He's going to get tired, even as good as he looks physically. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility. Thought Marcus
Outside
Smart
of
was okay.
Reeves and
Yeah, who'd you like?
outside of Reeves and Luca, there's no production. There's
Okay.
no production. There's no production. We're gonna be fading this Laker team a lot this season.
Oh no. All
Yeah.
right. Well, hey, we had it. We nailed that one. I had Golden State. You had the over. We called that game, so we're off to a pretty good start here. Maybe those preseason picks, even if they were a little bit mixed results, maybe it paid off. We got a 12-game card tonight. That's a featured attraction for sure. Thanks to everybody in the chat there. And yeah, KD, he almost went Chris Webber there at the end of the game. DeAndre, he called that timeout, and I guess there was
Ref just let
already
it.
right. I
If
don't know how that works. Yeah, he
if that
called
was anybody else, they would have got
timeout. Sengun was about to tackle him from calling timeout. Yeah, so those were the major attractions there. Also saw some college football last night in Conference USA there with Kennesaw got that road win finally, beating Florida International, and also Western Kentucky. That was a good game, 28-27 in overtime. Both teams scored in overtime. Western Kentucky was down to a 4th and 10. DeAndre hit a low pass. It needed a little bit of review even, got it, and then scored that touchdown for an exciting, and the 2-point conversion for an exciting finish there to improve their record to 6-2, Western Kentucky. And you know what? I had some. It was a down arrow on the puck last night, so I'm not going to rehash too much of that. DeAndre, I'll try to zero in on tonight's 3 games. So thanks for everyone.
man. Thanks, Mr. Ramon. We back at it tonight. Night moves, Let's do it. Money making Wednesday, man. Let's do it. We're ready to break this card down with y'all. Get y'all in and out of here, man. Ready to have a great show, man. Shout out to everybody in that chat, man. Hit that like button, man. Let's do it. Let's break down these games, man. We ready to hear what y'all gotta say. Me and Mr. Ramon gonna let y'all know what we gotta say. Let's do it, man.
Okay, let's go over real quick to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot for the action here on Wednesday and see who did well. You got doubles up there with the 2-0 record. You got Higgs also 2-0 yesterday. There's Chris 1-0 and Mills 1-0 as well. So good job to the guys there yesterday. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. That will save you 15% on our premium pick selections from DeAndre and I. And we'll have picks, I'm sure, NBA action for sure. On Wednesday, we're going to preview the games right now. So check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com for our premium picks. Absolutely our best picks every day over at Tony's Picks. But right now, we're going to give you a look at the NBA. It was fun yesterday, DeAndre. You just get our feet wet a little bit with the 2 games. But feels like here we got some work. We got work. We got our work cut out for us. We got our work to do. It feels like here right now with the games here tonight because of the big card. So let's get into it here and get ready to go. Get your rotation orders ready. I'm ready to go. Let me get us down there below our little graphic. Thanks to everyone in the chat as well. Make your picks and comments with us as we go along. And don't fade them. Ron says, don't fade the Lakers. I'm kind of a Lakers guy in a way. I'm so mixed sometimes. DeAndre, Kenny Moe is here today. Timmy Tushu ready to go as well. All right, let's go and talk about these games here tonight. All right, DeAndre, and hey, we've seen this line kind of move a little bit here. There's some injuries creeping up in this one with the Cavaliers and the Knicks. We're getting a little bit of word. You see the shift here. Obviously, the Knicks were kind of the favorite. Most of the, these lines, some of these lines have been out for quite a while on these opening games because of, the first game out. But we are seeing here that are some injuries here in this game. Mitch Robb is going to be out again already to get the season started. Josh Hart is out here as well. And for the Cavs, Darius Garland out. DeAndre Hunter is questionable here. DeAndre Cavaliers have actually shifted to a favorite in the game. And I think the Knicks, I think it's pretty widely received that, right, the Knicks were kind of the favorite most of the summer, I guess, coming into the game. But Cleveland's dominated New York in recent memory that I can think of, DeAndre.
Yeah. We know that this Cavs team, they coming in without Garland. We know they picked up Lonzo Ball, but they also lost a lot of pieces. Also, looking at this game, I think all the value is on the Knicks in this spot right here. Due to the injuries, everybody going to be just betting the Cavs. But we know that the Cavs really wasn't good in the preseason. They really didn't show competitiveness. They lost 2 games back to back to the Bulls. Um, I'm gonna ride with the Knicks in this spot. I think they got Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench. He gonna make up for Josh Hart. He not really scrappy like Josh Hart, but he can score and bring that energy to New York. So I'm gonna take the Knicks in this spot. That's a home dog.
All right. Yeah, in fact, Cleveland has won 16 of the last 22 trips in here anyway, into New York. It's a pretty long sample, but also covered 5 of their last 6 matchups here. And for me, DeAndre, I almost want to kind of move to the over on a lot of these games early, but man, these totals did actually, I think the bookmakers are kind of, and maybe the public as well, are kind of feeling the way I was. And I'm wondering if they didn't kind of overshoot these a little bit. I think in this game, I'm going to go under. These two teams frequently go under in this matchup. And I think the Knicks will still have that defense out there with them. And I think everybody, but maybe Evan Mobley might be a little bit limited here, even Spider here in this matchup. But look, I like for the Knicks, I like probably OG here and Bridges as well. Could be tough for Brunson to get his numbers, and for Cat as well. We know Cat's actually on the injured list as well. Mr. Weskers is, like we got guys out here already taking rest before on the first game of the season or being hurt. So I'm going to go under though in this one anyway at 220.
Morning, David Stafford. Morning.
Yeah, nice to have everyone in here in the chat. And Timmy Tushu says it's high, and David is there. And thank you guys. I'll go under DeAndre here. I'm gonna try to find some overs, but
let's go.
Okay, we're going to go to a little bit to the bottom of the barrel here. Got to be honest with the Nets and the Hornets. Well, I know. I think we like the young Hornets a little bit. Nets probably back to. I mean, they owner came flat out and started saying, "Let's start looking to who we can get for our first round draft choice next year." Maybe the first, sounded like my guy Joe Tsai, the owner of the Nets, is already throwing in the towel already. But do have the Hornets here, a 4.5-point favorite in this one. Brooklyn's actually done pretty well. They've won 8 of the last 11 matchups in this series, and they've actually covered the spread in 15 of the last 20 meetings. That's over a couple of years for sure. Charlotte actually struggled at home for some reason against the Nets, but new, as you would say, DeAndre, new season, new money.
Yeah, this next team coming into the season with a new head coach.
Yeah.
They got a good coach. He's a really good coach. I think he turned his Nets program around. In the first game of the season, I don't want to lay this many points with a Charlotte team that never really accomplished anything. I think this Brooklyn team is the way better team. I think the wrong team is favored here. Brooklyn went out and got Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson. They did that trade. We know that MPJ can create his own shot. He can play make. He can create that separation and shoot threes, and you know what I'm saying? He's not with the Nuggets no more, so he can shoot as many shots as he wants. Him and Cam Thomas. I think they do enough to keep this game closer, and I take them with the points. I take the Nets with the points.
I'm going to take the Nets. Okay, so yeah, maybe I led you in there a little bit on that. I was wondering, you mentioned Fernandez, we'll see. I mean, it's tough to bring in a new coach, but man, doesn't have a pretty good resume coming in here for the Nets right now. What do we got on the injury front here? We got Highsmith out for Brooklyn. Not much going on. Williams questionable, Green questionable. So I think for me in this one, I might have myself. This number's gone up here to 227 here, but we'll see. I mean, the Hornets are known for, for their scoring. Certainly that young team, but I don't know. Brooklyn does pretty well in this series. I'm going to try another under here, and actually with Brooklyn and Charlotte at 227. See if Charlotte can get it going at home against whatever reason. Like I said, the Nets. We know they've been weak, but hey, looks like they can pick it up here possibly. Okay. Let's continue on with our card here. Over Landon says Nets and over. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Nets started the season off real good last year. Also, like the beginning, they started
yeah,
off real high.
yeah.
I don't
And
know
you
if
know
that's a
what?
trend for them or what. I don't
No,
know.
look, I think they've got. I think that. Look,
I
remember
think
when
injuries start beating them up too.
Yeah, well, when Tasai first came on board, it felt like, with the Nets, DeAndre, it kind of felt like he wanted to go like the better. Remember, he tried to bring in the big veteran money and everything like that. I don't think that's the way you want to go with that franchise and the way they were at. I don't think you throw the big money. I think you develop players when you're in Brooklyn right now, and I think they're on a good trajectory here. You mentioned Thomas, you mentioned Porter. We'll see. Claxton against Diabate in there
Nets,
tomorrow.
yeah, perfect spot for the Nets to come in and
What do you think about
spank the
Con?
Hornets.
What do you think about Con Knepel of the Hornets? Do you think he'll develop into a good player?
Hey man, I mean, it all depends. It all depends on LaMelo Ball, man. He's
Well,
the
okay,
leader
you're
of this
right. No,
team.
you're right. I mean,
So if he gonna come out here and just
hey,
shoot them dumb janky shots, even though he makes
yeah.
them, it's not winning basketball. So you can shoot that all you want.
I still look at him as a guy who wants to be that playmaker, wants to be, I must say, because we want to see what happens. Look like Lonzo's got his career back together a little bit, and that's the kind of distribution you'd like to see, right, from LaMelo, and he can do it. We know he actually is
We
a
know
one
what
of
he's
the,
capable of, but it's just
oh, he's
about
one of the
putting
most
it together
spectacular
and
passers
coming
in the,
winning
yeah,
basketball. LaMelo been
yeah,
in the league 4, 5 years, and you haven't even seen the first round. You haven't even made the play-in tournament. These people made it easy for you to get in the playoffs. Back in the day, they didn't have no play-in. It was 1 through 8.
that's
Now
right.
it's like 1 through 10, and y'all can't get the 10th seed, the 9th seed. Man, I'm not landing nothing with the Hornets. I'm taking the Nets.
Okay, I'll take the under there, maybe against my better judgment. But hey, the Nets, maybe they will have some defense. Look, I think they will. I think they will be improved defensively here against guys like Knepel, Miller, and Bridges. Those guys, I would
They
actually.
made the play-in. They made the play-in in 2022. Okay, versus the Hawks. Okay, but
That
that's cool. That's cool. That okay. I'll
was a
get it.
while
Okay,
ago.
that was 3 years ago though. But okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Well,
That's
to
fine.
me,
I
I just
guess.
think LaMelo is one of the most. He is one of the most spectacular passers in the game, but he also will make turnovers. He'll take ill-advised
Yup.
shots.
Yup. Yup.
And
Yup.
Lonzo,
Yup.
you don't really. I mean, I'm not comparing. Lonzo is in a different. Lamelo maybe in the more spectacular of the brothers, but maybe Lonzo's a better baller. You know what I mean? Okay, well, we'll talk about those guys all season long, and let's move on here now to the Heat. Taking on the Magic. You got to start with Heat and Magic. You're down in Florida here, getting the season rolling in this one, DeAndre. You got Bam. You got Wiggins there for Miami. You got uh, Desmond Bain. You got Bancaro. You got a little Wagner. Hopefully, all healthy and
Got
ready
them
to go
brothers. Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Miami's been real successful against Orlando, DeAndre. They've won actually 16 of the last 22 meetings and covered 6 of 9 on the road. Have the Heat at the Magic.
Yeah, man. Looking at this game, I want to be all over the Magic in this spot. The Magic do real good over the years at home. Um, the Heat picked up Norman Powell in the offseason with
Man,
the same guys from last year, like you said, Bam. we know Tyler Hero gonna be out. He gonna be out due to some injury. He gonna be
Yeah.
out for a little minute. You know, they gonna be out. They gonna be out. So I think I'm gonna lay it with the Magic, man. I like what this Magic team done. We know they got the bench. They got guys coming in off the bench ready to go. We know that this Magic team and this Heat team also, like, they play each other tough, and I think the Magic come out and send a message to let them know that, like, we here, like, So I lay with the Magic, man. I like Paolo Banchero. I like Desmond Bain. I
Mm-hmm.
like Anthony Black. I like Suggs. I like the Wagner brothers, man. I think this Magic team is kind of ready to go to make a push for the East. I think this Magic team is ready. So I lay with the Magic.
Kenny Moe, liking Desmond Bain as well. Yep, and Timmy says it'll end up right there. Yeah, and in fact, I don't want to bore everybody to tears. I'm taking another under here at this point. The move is clearly I believe, on the over here from 214.5 up to 216.5 here right now. Even some 217s. I got to go under again. I've just like I said, I felt like coming out of the preseason, like the scores were going to be high. The total's low. I know I just made an excuse about all these totals being high, but all right. And Kenny Moe in there. Mr. Wesker says, what about Pat Riley's image to post Butler? DeAndre, when I had hair, I looked like Pat Riley, actually.
I mean, what have the Heat done when Jimmy Butler left last season? I mean, the same old Heat team that we know. Like, the Heat not really making no moves to really be competitive. Like, Terry Rozier got gambling scandals that's affecting the locker room. It's a lot of things going on over there in Miami.
Okay. Saw Jimmy Butler's home in my old hometown.
Jimmy Butler just came out and scored like 31 tonight
Yeah,
on the Lakers. Jimmy Butler in that mode. So Pat Riley clearly tripping. So
they were talking about he invited all the Warriors to his home in Poway, spectacular home in Poway with basketball courts and tennis courts, and man, it's a nice place, I tell you. I haven't been there. I just was looking at the pictures when they started talking about it. Okay, next up we've got Raptors and Hawks here, with the Hawks favored by 5.5 here in this one. This total 236.5. DeAndre, I guess when you got guys like Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes in there, Trey Young, Johnson in here, this one's a high total. 5.5, 236.5 here for the Hawks in this one, DeAndre. Toronto's won 10 of the last 14 trips into Atlanta, but Atlanta's covered some back in the day. They were actually dogs for a while over the years, but now here the Hawks have clearly shifted as a favorite here. They've been able to cover some smaller numbers against Toronto at home in the past couple of seasons. 236.
yeah, we know that this Raptors team, they acquired Brandon Ingram last season. Brandon Ingram looked good in the preseason. The Raptors, they got a good starting five. They just need to put it all together. They got Quickly, they got Scotty. They got what that dude, the center. I forgot what his center name.
Ricochet.
Okay. They got Poto
Atlanta?
too or something like that, huh?
You talking about for Atlanta?
No, for the Raptors.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But yeah, I liked what I seen from the Raptors in the preseason, man. I think both of these teams can do enough scoring to get us up and over the total. The Raptors don't have a bench. That's their main problem. So I think, like, when they bench guys come in, the Hawks can easily run it up on them.
Okay. I know you're. Yeah, I had to look it up because I can't pronounce his name.
Jacob
Right?
Porter or something like that.
Huh? Are you
Poto?
talking about Mamu Kalashvili?
No.
Well, Sandro. I mean, the former uh, uh, Spurs player, and he had that great late season run.
Okay.
Let me see here.
The Raptors picked them up.
Yeah, the Raptors got Mamu Kalashvili.
Okay, gotcha.
Jakob Podol.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Yeah, he's a solid center. He's been around for a couple years. I think he's been on the Raptors for a minute. He finally
Yep.
getting the chance to start, but he's not really a shot blocker or you know what I'm saying. That gonna really have an impact on the game. So I think we can get up and over this total.
Okay. Yeah. The move has clearly been on the total there, DeAndre, to the over. Right. It opened, let's see here, at 235 up to 236.5. Some open as low as 233.5. So clearly a move to the over here in this one. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Hawks here in this one, laying 5.5 tonight against Toronto. All right.
He's talking
And
about the Blue Jays using all the Canada's powers.
oh, it's been, man, it's a Canadian wave right now for sure. Okay, let's see. Kenny was talking about Barrett in there, and yeah, yep, starting on the road there. They told me that the Maple Leafs were celebrating the Toronto win, and they were going to be flat on Tuesday night. Okay, DeAndre. Well, we got the Sixers and the Celtics here. Hey, no matter how you look at it, even if don't have the best lineups in there at this point, still it's Sixers versus Celtics. Everybody wants to see Edgecombe here as well, but we're gonna get some Maxey. You already talked. You've been waiting for his season debut here, and we'll see. How it works out with Embiid. Hope he's healthy. Hope he's ready. But you got these Celtics. Here, DeAndre, going to be favored by 2.5. What? All right. Well, we know Tatum is out, right, still, and Brown is actually questionable with a hamstring injury coming in. Paul George out, and McCain is out as well. So maybe that's what's evened up the odds here in this one, DeAndre. Like I said, it's still Sixers, Celtics here, and Boston's won 4 out of the last 5. At home and 6 of the last 7 against the Sixers coming in.
Yeah, we know that the Celtics made a couple moves. They traded away Drew Holiday. They got Simons from the Trailblazers, a nice little guard. He been killing in the preseason. But I want to take the 76ers in this spot, man. They got their guy back and B. We seen them play in the preseason game, a little slight, just to get the blood back flowing. I think he goes out there and make a statement. Chris Boucher, Chris Boucher cannot guard Embiid. I don't think Jaylen Brown is a number one option. Philly made some moves this offseason, but they missing Paul George. But as long as they got Embiid and Maxey ready to go, I'm all over the 76ers in this spot.
Okay, yeah, and obviously when you're going up, who the Celtics gonna have in the middle? Quetta in there trying to guard.
Whoever that is, good luck. Whoever Trump, y'all better attack Embiid points and attacking Embiid points and his rebounds. I say Embiid for like 10 rebounds.
Okay. I got you there for sure. The totals have kind of leaned over when these two teams have met. The steam kind of came in on the over 2 up to 227.5 here, but I've got another under actually for me, and give me the under. All my totals have been unders so far. All right, Landon said he'll be out. He'll be walking off the court here already. They got him already walking into the locker room, and the season hasn't even started yet. So I gotta pull for Embiid here to at least stay healthy. If he's terrible out there, that's one thing, but if he's out there, he's always a dominating force.
Timmy Shoe, man, we're gonna come together, man. We're gonna be on that right side, man. It's a night moves thing, man. We're gonna break it down and see what we both went wrong at, and we're gonna be better for each other, man. Shout out Timmy Shoe.
I think everyone's agreeing with you here, DeAndre, talking about what the Celtics are going to do, especially if Brown is somewhat limited to start the season and without Tatum, obviously. Okay. man, I can't believe, we're already restarting the season and we just remember Tatum, going down with that. And you start thinking immediately, when can he be back? When can you get back from an Achilles injury, right? And the season comes so quickly. Okay. Next up, the Pistons are on the road. They're favored against the Bulls here by 4. Now, this line's gone up also from 2.5 or so up to 4. The total has dropped here a little bit from 234 to 233 here in this one. DeAndre, Detroit, Chicago's actually rolled these guys quite a bit at home. They've won 18 of the last 23 matchups between the two teams in Chicago. Not quite as good on the spread because Chicago's favoring a lot of those games, but another series where, man, 233. What's going on here? Am I crazy?
I like the Bulls in this spot, man. They play ball, man. They don't really have a number one option. I think this Detroit team is overvalued in this spot. I liked what I seen from the Bulls in this preseason. They was competing. They got 2 upset wins over this overhyped Cavs team. Getting them as a home dog. I like what Josh Giddey's doing. He's exceeding in his new role. He's playmaking, he's rebounding, and he's scoring. And I think he can do enough. And with the pieces around him, I think he could do enough playmaking and scoring to keep this game close. And I'm gonna take the Bulls with the +4.
Seems like Giddey's set for a big game tomorrow. I imagine that by the end of the night, we could be talking about Giddey as one of the stars of the night from all the games, actually, with his matchup tomorrow. And you got Vooch in there as well for the Bulls. So, rolling out a little bit of a lineup. And then when you're going here against a Pistons team, you got Cade. I wonder, I might want to try to match up Giddey against Cade statistically and maybe bet that here a little bit. I don't know. He might be able to outpoint Cade in this game, but I don't know. Between I think Jalen Duren there, man, I'm going to have to go another under, I think, here, DeAndre. Looking at this total here right now at 234. Man. Okay.
Yeah, it'd probably be Bulls. The most thing I say, it'd probably be Bulls +3. Okay. If no injury news is anything come out, probably be Bulls +3.
Yeah, because like I said, the move has been on Detroit here, so you think it'll come back? You think the public is kind of going to get into, or whoever?
Man, if you ain't been watching the Bulls in the preseason, then I don't know what to tell you. Because if you've been watching Night Moves, I was on the Bulls a couple nights in the preseason, and they was on the Cavs. I can't lie, they got Kevin Hurt over there. They got the Ayo DeSambo dude.
Yeah.
They got this other dude too. He like a shooter. He like number 14, I think. Man, hey, don't sleep on the Bulls, man. The Bulls got all them overhyped names out of their team. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine. Man, y'all get out of here. We don't need y'all no more. All y'all want to do is shoot mid-ranges. Let's bring these young guys in. Josh Giddey. Man, I'm on the Bulls.
Are you talking about Buzelis?
Yeah, him. Man, he's the driver of this Bulls team.
Yeah, he had some pretty strong games last season.
He was keeping cutting up in the preseason too fast. Okay.
All right, we're doing a good job here getting through this 12-game schedule. We're talking about opening night. Let's just call it for what it is. We had Tuesday night, but they've got 12 games here. Pelicans and Grizzlies. DeAndre, your Pelicans here with Zion, Murphy ready to go here this season for sure, and Poole running the things. He'll probably have a pretty good matchup here with the way Job mails it in half the time on defense. KCP over there for Memphis as well, and of course Jackson here. Memphis is still Memphis, I guess, but they're only favored by 4.5 here over your Pelicans, and the total here 237 has gone up another point and a half higher in this one.
Yeah, Memphis we know they had a coaching change within this last season, so they coming into the season with a new coach. They probably done implemented a new offense. Who knows? But I'm on the Pelicans plus the points, man. Memphis replaced Desmond Baines with KCP coming off a not so good year. I'm just not impressed with this Grizzlies team. I think it's going to be a tough year for them in the West. Every game is going to be a battle. Uh, Jaren Jackson, he held it down enough while John Morant was gone, but can he constantly carry that load and having to defend at a high level? I don't think so. I'm all over the Pelicans in this spot.
Okay, taking those Pels plus 4.5 in this one. Yeah, you mentioned uh, the coach. You know, he took over. Talking about Thomas Iasalo took over last year a little bit for Jenkins. He was an assistant for Jenkins, and they had maybe you can say these international coaches. We might be onto something here. A lot of teams are going to to those guys. So all right, let's see. So in the chat, we got some comments and some picks maybe from the group there, and I'll make my pick here as well. DeAndre said take the Pelicans. Memphis has a pretty good edge against these guys. They've won 7 of the last 9 meetings at home and 6 of the last 8 here. DeAndre, this series kind of goes under, but you know what? I'm giving my first over right here. I've got the over. I'm going over in this one. It wasn't
Let's
just.
do it.
I'm sticking with my numbers, so that's why I got all those unders here. I'm sure that I'll adjust here and just I'll see. I'll see if my kind of trend of the under. I'll probably go 50-50 like usual on the first nights, but we'll see. I feel like the numbers are high, but in this one I'm going over. Promise you, with the Pelicans and Grizzlies, even with the line move. Timmy says, "Who's doing all that scoring here?" I think, like I said, I think you got not only Zion, you got Poole. I think Murphy in there as well. And on the Grizzlies side, I mean, in addition to Ja and Jackson, there you also got guys like Jalen Wells in there too, who's supposed to have an expanded role, I think, on this offense. Okay, let's continue on here with. The Wizards are taking on the Bucks and the big spread of the night. Well, one of the 2 big spreads of the night. Here, DeAndre with the Bucks. Look, it'll probably be an MVP season, maybe for Giannis if he, stays with the team. I guess he's locked in there. They're not going to get rid of him, but just a matter of what kind of support he can get. Milwaukee's won 9 of the last 10 games at home against Washington, and they are a 10-point favorite here.
Yeah, this Bucks team, it's hard. We know that they brought both the Giannis brothers in, Alex and the Nassus. We know that they brought those guys in. They got Kevin Porter Jr., but they lost Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
I think I want to. I think
in there now. Yep.
I think we know Doc Rivers, man. Man, I think I want to take the Wizards. In the first game of the season, I want to take the Wizards to come out and compete, get us this backdoor cover. I can see the Wizards because you know one thing about the Wizards, they're gonna play all the way to the last bucket. We know that, no matter the outcome of the game. So just with that being said, I want to have all these points in my back pocket. I seen the Bucks lineup.
Yeah.
I know they got Kuzma coming off the bench. I think they got Gary Payton. No, not Gary Payton. Gary Trent.
Gary Trent Jr. Probably a little AJ Green, of course, and of course Porter and Miles Turner. I think feels
yeah.
like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miles Turner. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how Turner and Giannis stretch the floor out around one another, and we still got to see how these guys play with each other. And in the first game, I think it's gonna be a test. So with that being said, I want to take the Wizards. They got Chris Middleton over there. We know he's a bucket. It might be a revenge game for him. Who knows? So I take the Wizards. I take the Wizards with the +10.
Yeah. Sar was injured in Eurobasket, but I think his return to pardon me, brother. Return to full strength and will be ready. Uh, Kulabai is definitely out here
Middleton.
in
Oh yeah,
this.
they got CJ McCollum too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't. Sorry, I didn't mention. I mean, you're going to have CJ probably
Yeah,
carrying
okay.
the load for this team right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could definitely get it back though. As long as
Yeah.
we got some scores. We got some scores.
Yeah.
CJ can put the
He's
ball
back
in the
there in the
hoop.
backcourt with
Can
Bub
put the ball
Carrington.
in
I
the
mean,
hoop.
I think CJ and Bub Carrington. I mean, I'd take those guys out and uh, I'd take a 3-on-3 game. Put me on the team with those two guys. I'd take them. I'll take on all comers with
Uh,
Bub.
I
But
forgot CJ McCollum had got traded for the Jordan Poole trade.
yeah.
Appreciate that, Kenny Mo. Appreciate that.
But
Yeah,
I'm interested to
appreciate
see if
that.
Alex Sarr, what he'll look like here. He had a left calf injury about 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I hate
So
when these rookies get injured, man. Get ready for the season, man. What are
well,
you
those are
doing?
big, those are big games over there and stuff. But I'll make my call here. DeAndre, I don't have to tell you, I'm going under. This is an under game here for me uh, in this one. And yeah, I'm a little down on. Look, they'll talk about Giannis for MVP, but I just don't know if they'll have enough. I don't know if they'll have enough wins compared to some of the other MVP candidates. We'll see. I mean, obviously, with the guys like Tatum out from here right now, and um, we'll see. It's going to be a real interesting start to the season. It really feels cool to have NBA back. Okay, let's continue on here, DeAndre. Four more. It's NBA. We don't care. Bring them on. Clippers here against the Jazz, another 10-point favorite. Clippers, look, it's got to weigh over the whole franchise the way that they got, but it doesn't feel like they paid the price. I mean, you could put the whole lineup out there, I guess, that they've got here tomorrow going up against Utah as a 10-point favorite. Has Utah made any strides here? When you got Markkanen, Kessler, Keontae George, you'd think this team would improve a little bit, but man, sometimes they were just going through some ruts last year.
Yeah, and looking in this spot, we know that the Jazz they drafted H. Bailey.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Rutgers. This guy's a bucket. This kid is gonna be a problem in this lead. If they don't have Kawhi Leonard guard him the whole game, he's gonna explode for a big game. And like you said, they still got Kessler, Laurie Marketing. We know they got rid of Jordan Clarkson, but I think this is a backdoor cover with the Jazz plus 10.
Okay.
I don't want to lay these many points with the Clippers on the road in the opener. I just think that this Clippers team with new faces in there. They got Brook Lopez, CP3. They got all these old heads, man. All these uncles. I think H. Bailey give these guys a run for his money, and we can't forget to mention Laurie. So I like the Jazz team. They was competing in the preseason. They even won outright as a home dog. So getting plus 10 in my back pocket, I'll take the Jazz.
Okay. Yeah, Bailey is listed on the injured list with an illness, but I have a feeling he's going to want to make the lineup
I
if he
hope he
can
play.
here.
I hope he play. I want to see this young man play.
Well, they've actually had, I believe, a little bit of illness running through. Cody Williams was injured. I mean, ill last week. I remember one of the games they were saying he was out with an illness. So usually when one guy's ill, some of the other team members are ill as well. But Clippers actually come in with a pretty clean injury report. Pretty sure coming into this one. So, all right, DeAndre on Utah here. Clippers have actually lost 12 of the last 15 trips into Utah, believe it or not.
God.
That it seems amazing, doesn't it? But because they certainly meet a few times a year for sure, and usually these guys go over here with this. But man, oh boy, I'm gonna do it again. Is it 220? It's 225.5, and it was as high as 227. The move is on the under here, and so is Ramon. I've got another. I'm gonna be like 9-1 on unders here. All right. Oh, you guys got some comments here. This one, value on Utah money line here. And let's see, CP3, right? I think he's actually coming off the bench, right?
Yeah, he coming out the bench. He coming out the bench.
Yeah. Timmy Juice is AI the odds maker? Well, if that is, we should be reverse engineering the AI to make the picks for us, right? I don't know. I don't know. Jazz games go over, says Kenny. I'm going down to defeat. Yeah, maybe so. Clippers, I mean, look, they've been known for their defense. I mean, Kawhi, I'm pretty sure he's still an elite defensive player. And hope he'll only play 40 games anyways, DeAndre, but he's in there tomorrow. All right. Next up, we got these regional rivalry games here on opening night, of course. How about the Spurs? Ready to go for their NBA. This is the year already, right? They're supposed to be, I don't know, DeAndre, I think they're supposed to be the most improved team. We already know they were dramatically improved, and maybe they'll just keep it going here right now. But Dallas has dominated them over the last season or two. They've actually won 7 of the last 8 and covered 5 of the last 6 meetings. Have the Mavericks in this one, but still gonna have the Mavericks. You're just a 2.5-point favorite at home, 225.
Yeah, man. Quick fact, man. The Spurs team went undefeated in the preseason with mostly everybody that's going to be playing with their regular roster.
Wemby for MVP.
But hey, Wemby can't be stopped. But I like what I seen from this I like what I seen from the Spurs team. I think the Mavericks are overvalued with Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson. The point guard room is nasty for this Mavs team without Kyrie. D Fox is not playing. I think D Fox is hurt. But like I was saying, the point guard room is nasty, man. They got D'Angelo Russell with the starting point guard. I even heard him say Cooper Flag might play point guard. I want to attack the Spurs, man. They went on the road in the preseason and beat Indiana as dogs. Castle playing good. They got this Dylan Harper coming off the bench. We already know what Wemby capable of doing. I think the Spurs team is live, man. I think the Spurs team is live, and I'm all over the Spurs.
Okay. Yeah, look, I'm worried about Castle. We'll see. I think Cooper Flag might be able to toast Castle a little bit, but it's hard to ignore some of those other numbers here for San Antonio. Wemby going to have a monster game here, probably against Lively. Seems like a pretty unstoppable there. And look, Kenny says Castle can get that most improved. Oh, he's going to be in there. I mean, he's going to be making a lot of plays tomorrow. It was asking the Kenny Mo said, is Fox playing? And no,
He might
Fox
dunk on something. He might dunk on something. He own it. That boy own it. They throwing lobs and everything, man. Watch out for the Spurs team, man.
Yeah, so Fox will miss. He's got a hamstring injury, so
Fox hurt.
Not expected to suit up here.
They might trade Fox.
Yeah, he's
especially with Castle on the rise and Dylan Harper.
No, Dylan Harper is going to see more minutes for sure. Well, I mean that's obvious, and I think that's great for Harper here, and that gives also that situation plenty of scoring opportunities for Castle in the backcourt. So I'm still going under. I'm still going under, DeAndre. Almost embarrassed right now, but I went into the first saying, man, I'm going to take over in a lot of games. And I think the bookmakers or the public or the sharp or whatever had the same idea. And these numbers, are you ready? With
my phone. I'm almost out of the league on you.
DeAndre's going to run out of charge. This 12-game card's taking so long. I'm going to charge DeAndre's battery all the way down. We're almost done.
All right, I'm back.
Kenny's taking the under in the Thunder game back there. Or no, he was talking about tonight. Oh, he was talking about. I don't know what he's talking about, but maybe he's talking about tonight. We should have had it. We had it, DeAndre.
Okay. Yes, sir. Oh.
Oops. I'll start to introduce the next game here. Oh, there we go. We got the Kings on the road here against Phoenix. Phoenix, a 4-point favorite. The total 220 here. Sacramento actually has covered 8 of the last 11 meetings in Phoenix, but I don't know if they were getting this few of points in some of those matchups. This is maybe a low mark for the spread. We know Phoenix a little bit different talent-wise this year. Of course, they got Booker, of course, right now, but they're going to have some other guys having to pick it up, like Grayson Allen here, I'm sure, and of course, Mark Williams in there is a pretty decent option at center, especially probably going up against Eubanks in this one. But this one feels a little light on talent.
Yeah, man. Both of these teams coming into this game got 2 new coaches, so I don't know what they expect in this game. I don't know what the offense is going to look like. I'm gonna steal a page out your book, Mr. Ramon, and I'm gonna just go under. I don't like this Kings offense. I don't think adding Westbrook helped them get better in no type of way. The Suns are missing Jalen Green. They picked up Dylan Brooks, and how adding Westbrook with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine help y'all get better? This is a 3-point shooting league. How adding Westbrook make y'all get any better? Y'all just wanted to feel sorry for Westbrook or something? Y'all just wanted him on your team, or I'm gonna just take the under in this game, man.
Okay, yeah, you got to figure. I mean, Schroeder's going to have enough problems trying to distribute to these guys. It feels like with Booker probably in his back pocket there. So I would imagine I'd probably look to some of these other guys. I think the numbers are high on Booker. If I was looking prop wise, I might be looking to something a little lower here with some of these Suns starters, like maybe Dunn here. Okay, okay, DeAndre's on the total here in this one. I'm gonna have to take Phoenix here minus the points against Sacramento. Okay, one more here, DeAndre. We've got the Timberwolves on the road, a 4-point favorite here at the Trailblazers. I mean, Trailblazers were felt like so improved last season, and then they got a little dinged up as well. Maybe they didn't finish quite where they were expecting. Well, for sure, they weren't finishing where they were expecting, but I thought there was glimmers of hope here for sure last season for the Blazers. Still going to be an underdog here to the Wolves, no matter how you look at it. Portland's won 20 of the last 25 meetings between these two in Portland. That spans about close to a decade, though, and we know that Portland had some better teams a few years ago. So, what do you think here?
Yeah, man. In this spot, I want to be all over the Trailblazers, man. I just don't think that this Minnesota team. They steady bringing back the same roster. Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards. We know that they lost. What his name? He just went to the Hawks. They lost him. SGA cousin, Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Okay, yes.
We know that they lost him. I like this Trailblazers team, man. At home to start the season, I gotta get the Trailblazers in this spot, man. I gotta take the Trailblazers in this spot. I'm sorry, y'all guys, man. I just think that there's a lot of value in this spot with the Trailblazers. They don't really have no popular guys on their team. Everybody just gonna be taking the Timberwolves, but the Trailblazers actually played good in the preseason. I liked what I saw from them, so I ain't gonna stop now. So I'll take the Trailblazers.
Yeah, in fact, Ant is questionable. I think he's leaning towards. I think the information kind of leans towards that he would play in this game, but he's had back spasms here, and that's always something to think about. And even if you are feeling good, you are thinking about that when you're going along. And so that should be something that should be monitored with Ant Edwards in this game. And for good measure, I'm just going to take one more under here with these two just to make it official there with I don't know. I think I had 8 unders and 1 over. All right, thanks to everyone in the chat. 12 games, we're on it, and let's see how we do. I think we'll do pretty well if we're off to a 3-1 start. Should have been 4-0, but that overtime, hey, it counts. It counts. But we had it. We nailed it.
We're gonna see Kenny Mo.
We nailed it. Yeah, we nailed it on opening night. All right, good job to the chat.
House of disappointment. That's what we call the Timberwolves. House of disappointment.
All right, we'll see. Conley's not getting any younger. You talk about
Gobert. Bring Conley back.
The Timberwolves went from young to old here over the last couple of years, it feels like now, and never got over the hump. Okay, a couple in the college football ranks here if you want, DeAndre, and then I'll let you go. But we got Middle Tennessee taking on Delaware. Delaware's become so good now in their FBS that they're a massive favorites here by 9 points in this one, DeAndre. But hey, look, they're playing pretty well. They've been a pretty special team so far, and Middle Tennessee does come in with a 1-5 record overall. Very inconsistent right now. Yeah, they've been around the block a little bit. As an FBS team, and maybe Delaware is all brand new and everything, but Delaware's shown some promise here for sure so far. And I don't know, I guess on paper they're going to control this game. I mean, they're 9-point favorites in this one against Middle.
Yeah, Middle have a lot of secondary injuries. At least 2 or 3 of their starters on the secondary side is going to be out. But we know this Middle Tennessee offense like to throw the ball a lot. I just think that with them missing a lot of key factors on the defensive side of the ball, I think this is a nice spot for Delaware to come out and win this game by at least a touchdown and a field goal. I'll live with Delaware. It's the perfect spot back at home. And like you said, this Middle Tennessee team haven't been competing 1-5, and like I also mentioned, they missing 2-3 starters on the defensive side. I'm gonna take the Delaware here in this spot.
All right, blue hands for DeAndre here in this one. I think if they can pull away, I mean, to me that says an under. I got to be honest with you. If they're going to control the game and be able to win by double digits here, to me that says Middle does not get it going here tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one, fall in line with DeAndre, I think, and take the under tonight. And unders for me all night. Kenny says Middle Tennessee is terrible. And maybe it's a trap line they're saying there a little bit, but all right. And one more, DeAndre. I've got another newcomer here in Missouri State, former FCS team this season. They're favored on the road by 1. The move has been to New Mexico State here. It opened as high as 2.5, down here to 1.5 or 1. The move on New Mexico State. Both teams 3-3 right now coming into this one. DeAndre, New Mexico State, they've had their share of successes. They're actually in a little bit of a downswing, it feels like, with their program here of late. But this is going to be relatively close. They are at home, and it feels like Missouri State is still adjusting to the FBS competition, but they've got some wins.
Yeah, this Missouri State team, man, it is banged up at the quarterback spot. Their starting quarterback is game time decision. He missed last game, and it was bad. They lost that game outright as road favorites. This Deuce Bailey guy is a freshman quarterback. He likes to scramble, and this is not the way that this team's play. This is not the way that this Missouri State teams play. I want to be all over New Mexico State in this spot back at home. Getting them as a dog as of now. I want to be all over New Mexico. I want to be all over New Mexico State in this spot. They got a good defense at home also. They play good at home. They won 3 games at home and they lost 3 games on the road. So I'm gonna just go with the trend and trust them at home, getting a good price with New Mexico State.
Yeah, we've seen the emergence of Kadarius Callaway for New Mexico State. Looks pretty good back there in the backfield. And you mentioned Bailey. He did have a great game against Middle Tennessee, but I don't know. They won that game. It was only 22-20. We mentioned Middle's having a pretty down year, but Bailey did throw for 278 yards in that game. But I'm going to go with the under here. I think New Mexico State looks to run the ball with Callaway and a little bit of Dijon Stanley in there. These are guys just kind of getting their feet wet right now here with this program. Like I said, New Mexico State used to be kind of a little bit of a power in a way, not power, but a good conference team. But here now they've fallen off just a bit of late. Also wanted you to look for Gavin Harris, the tight end in New Mexico State. I look for him maybe to get in the end zone in this one. I'm going to take DeAndre. I'm going to take it over. I'm going over with Missouri. I'm going over with Missouri State and New Mexico State. All right, DeAndre, really appreciate you here tonight on Night Moves, helping us navigate that NBA card and these two football games. We'll have one more football game tomorrow with my Chargers tomorrow. There's a college football game too, but my Chargers tomorrow, DeAndre. That, oh man, did they look weak their last game early on, getting those interceptions. They got to go up against a good Vikings team at home. That famous Charger lady, I don't know who she's going to root for. The one they always show, cheering on the sidelines, because she used to be a Minnesota fan. I don't know if you even know what I'm talking about, but thanks to everybody in the chat as well. DeAndre, appreciate you. I'm going to go over the hockey here, but go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Check out our best bets over there. You get DeAndre's top picks here for the action on Wednesday. DeAndre, with that 12-game card, what do you think you'll be looking at for the folks over at Tony's Picks?
I ain't really got nothing yet. I'm about to get into it after I get off the show, but I'm about to get ready to load up a couple plays. We've been having a winning season over here at MrTony'sPicks.com. Shout out to Mr. Ramon. Shout out to Mr. Whiskers. Shout out to Timmy Two Shoe, Kenny Mo, Mr. Whiskers, David. Everybody who comes every night, every day, and just come and tap in with me and Mr. Ramon. No matter if you say hey and you leave or whatever. Every interaction, it means something to us, because y'all could be doing better things. So we just appreciate y'all. Let's make it a money-making Wednesday, though, man. Good luck to everybody out there. Good luck to Mr. Ramon with the hockey. Good luck to all my friends in the chat, man. I know a lot of people gonna be fade. We're gonna be going against each other with these picks. So come back and let us know tomorrow night how y'all did, and I hope everybody make it a winning day though. But I'm about to get ready to load up my best bet for $19, profit guaranteed. Get on board. Pair me and
There
Mr.
was a
Ramon
couple
up.
in there, DeAndre. I don't know if you're trying to make sure we did, but I saw you in there with a pick on the total there in the Knicks game.
Yeah, yes sir. That's why I say I just gotta go put a couple more plays in, and I gotta package it up and put the nice touch on it. So shout out to everybody in the chat though, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Good luck, Mr. Ramon, with your hockey. Pair me and Mr. Ramon up, 2-for-1 Capital Deal. Use the code TonyT at checkout, 15% off, and good luck, everybody. Money Making Wednesday. See y'all.
Thank you, DeAndre Stevenson. Tony'sPicks.com. Great preview there in the NBA. And what do you guys prefer in the? Do you like just starting with 2 games in the NBA to get things going with the season, just kind of get it rolling, or do you kind of prefer? Or do you prefer a big 12-game card like that, right? Tomorrow with all those games, more betting here. All right, appreciate it. And let's finally get to. We got a little bit of hockey action. Man, I got to pick it up after yesterday. I was trying to keep it on the down low a little bit, but oh man, night moves we didn't have too great a night here, so I gotta have to pick this up here. And just a 3-game card though for the action here on Wednesday. So let's get into it here, and maybe it'll be easier for me here to bounce back on a short card with all that NBA. And let's go to the Wild taking on the Devils here in this one. You got the Devils favored in this one, $1.35 or so here coming in to this matchup here. And bring up my notes here a little bit. Bear with me. All right. Minnesota here coming in right now, looking okay so far, 3-3-1. They've been a pretty strong team here against New Jersey in the past. They only meet a couple of times a year, but they've actually gone 5-2 straight up, and 6-1 on the puck line. Now New Jersey here right now getting rolling. Pretty good record here for the Devils so far, and pretty impressive start. Actually, they, like I said, they've struggled a little bit at home against this particular team, but hey, come on, we're just in the early stages of the season here. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here have gone under in New Jersey, and New Jersey looks to be a little bit of an under team so far at home from what we've seen here. So Minnesota does have kind of a historical edge on these guys, but let me see. You called it in the chat, so maybe we'll go. Let's see what you guys like in this one with the Wild and the Devils. I know that these two teams kind of, go under when they faced one another, but they're combined 7-5 to the over this season, with the Devils here with a 3-2 to the over, the Wild 4-3 to the over coming in. I think Nico Dawes is confirmed in there for New Jersey to make his first start of the season for Gus. He comes in here 2-3 with a 3.03 goals against average here right now. So let's see here. You guys called it in the chat, said, what are we going to do with the Devils, Mr. Wesker says. All right, and says some dog wins last night. Maybe that was it. Was I on too many favorites there coming in? So, all right. Well, for me in this one, I'm going to go, I was hoping Mr. Weskers would make the pick for me so I could get going here, but I'm going to take another under here at 6 goals with these two. In fact, look, it's 5. What do I have on the screen? I think it's 5.5 under. Yeah, 5.5 over. So 5.5. I'm going to go under those still here with the Wild and the Devils on Wednesday night. Mr. Western says you got to take the Devils here at minus $1.35 or so. Thank you, Mr. Weskers. Okay, next up, I've got the Red Wings taking on the Sabres here in this one, and got Red Wings here looking good still, man, and the Sabres, not so much. Detroit here with a bit of a winning streak going for sure. They've won 5 straight here against Buffalo. 4 of the last 6 against Buffalo, having won 5 straight. We know that they can be a little bit shaky on the road, but right now it doesn't matter because the Red Wings are hot and looking good. They're riding their form here of late, and they're basically a pick-em, maybe even a slight underdog here to the Sabres, who've had a slow start to the season, no doubt. And I feel like they're trending under. Most of these games seem to go over between Detroit and Buffalo, actually. The total here is 6 right now, but I might have another low-scoring game here, it feels like. But I'm going to take Detroit. I feel like they're doing pretty well. I think I've had the Sabres once or twice. It hasn't looked too good. They do have a couple of wins, but I'm going to take Detroit here in this one to keep it going right now. Man, this is some big-time momentum, and I don't know. It's hard. Who is the word? You got to put Buffalo, even though I have 2 wins, down there at the bottom here with with the next team we're going to talk about, I would guess, because Calgary's not looking great, but Sabres got a long way to go, it feels like right now, out the gates here. And finally tonight, we've got the Canadiens here taking on the Wolves. I think you got Sam coming in here for Montreal, going up against Dustin Wolf. Wolf is 1-5 with a 3.91 goals against, 86.5% save percentage. Meanwhile, for Montembeault, 2-2 with a 3.25 goals against average and an 85.5% save percentage coming into this one. I think here Montreal, they've actually covered the puck line in 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams, including 4-1 on the puck line on the road. Calgary definitely struggling here right now with these woes. So we'll see. But man, can Calgary turn it around at all? The way things are going at this point with that 1-6 record here, I think the dropped 5 straight. Now, is that right? Averaging just 1.7 goals per game. Meanwhile, the Canadiens allowing just 2.9 goals per game so far. And like I said, Sam with a 3.25 goals against. So you have Montreal here at a reasonable price against this struggling Calgary team. Can Calgary turn it around here right now? And would this be the one to get here with Montreal off to this decent start? What can you say right now? I'm going to go ahead and try the Habs on the road here to get it done again, taking Montreal over Calgary here on Wednesday night on Night Moves. All right, and thank you to everyone in the chat. Let's see here. Wings are due for a loss, says Timmy Two Shoes, but it's the Sabres, right? I mean, Utah. How about that Utah game? We talked about that home ice advantage for Utah. You have to think it's a real thing right now with another 4 wins already for Utah, and kept coming back on Colorado on Tuesday night. Good game too. It was exciting game for sure with Colorado and Utah there. How about Kadri to get a goal? Flames on the money line. And hey, Timmy says, look, I think Calgary can get one here. They're not Buffalo. They can beat the Canadians here, who might be overshooting their expectations early. The old hot start there for the Canadians, some regression there possibly. Thank you, Mr. Westers, for being here, and Timmy Two Shoes, and DeAndre thanked everybody else as well, and I'll thank you guys for joining me here on Night Moves. I think that's it for Night Moves. Really appreciate you guys joining. Hope I get my NHL picks good tonight. It's not good to come on here. Hey, there's We Won't Stop. He wants, I think NLB. Is that NPB? Is that the Japan game tonight? I think there. Thank you, Timmy. Is that what we're looking at? Let me see. I think I have my ratings ready here, and maybe I can get that together. I don't know if I can. I don't even know if that's what you're referring to there for the game tonight. But feels like let's see. No, NPB isn't tonight, right? Just KBO. And I see Taiwan has their playoff game tonight as well. So, We Won't Stop. Oh, I gotcha. Yes, NBL. I gotcha. We Won't Stop. All right. See if we can get in the game here starting in a half an hour between Perth and Carnes Taipans. Let's see here. I'm going to go. Oh, yeah, I have a pick on this game for sure. I'm going over 173.5 for my man. We Won't Stop tonight in the Australian basketball game coming up here in just 1 hour from showtime here on the Night Move show. So you want a little action here in the middle of the night with me. My pick is going to be on the over between Perth and the Carnes Taipans here. That one to start here in just about 30 minutes. So how about that for We Won't Stop? Give me the over tonight, 173.5. Perth and the Carnes Taipans in Australian basketball. All right, I guess that's it. We just saw tennis match here come to an end just moments ago with the action here. And what a match it was between Kalinskaya winning in 3 sets over Schneider, 7-6, 2-6, 7-6 there as Kalinskaya gets the win as a dog against Schneider there. We got a couple of matches coming up here momentarily as well. So, all right, thanks for joining me here on Night Moves. Appreciate you. Got nearly 4 dozen of you in here. And really thank you to also want to thank everyone. DeAndre and I were talking before the show. That's why we didn't come on right away because, hey, we're kind of a team here and we were tracking our views. And we really want to send out our appreciation to everyone that doesn't join us live and also joins us here on the show, on the tape show, if you will, or all the recorded messages as well. Mr. Wesker says, how much you going to put on that? Yeah, Mr. Wesker, we're going kind of small on those Australian basketball games, but definitely my pick. All my numbers line up. I will be betting that game. All right, that's going to do it here for Night Moves. Appreciate everyone for joining me here. And for Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.